Okay, welcome back. It's slightly different today. We started off with, the removal by the courts of the Adamawa North APC Senator Abbo, and him saying that he blamed the Senate president for this. But we've spoken about that. People are still commenting on the matter. But we've since moved on to workers, let me just put it that way, workers and their attitude to their employers. And this has been occasioned by what's happenings in a number of ministries. You look at the Ministry of Works, look at NIPOST, and so on. And people have been, so we have a handful of labor, shall we say, or worker-related incidents. And thank you very much, Chidi in Kafanchan. You called in and you've held on. So go ahead, please. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Mr. Yori, this morning. I should start by commending you for your journalistic prowess in as much as this program is concerned. I feel sorry about the Senator Abbo and his travels at this point in time. But in any case, this has gone far to show the level of dynamism in Nigeria's politics. In any case, the senator himself still has the power and the right constitutionally to pursue his case to its logical conclusion.
Of course.
Having said that, I also want to comment concerning the workers and their employers. It is more fair in a democratic culture to look into the issues and then know how best to handle it so that the reoccurrence will no longer be tolerated and be allowed. In the case of these NIPOST workers and their employer, these parties should come together, let the government and let those who are in charge know why the workers are showing resistance to the employer. If there is any justification to what they are demanding, then an understanding must be made. But then I think it is proper for a proper engagement to follow this very present situation. Thank you, and God bless you.
Indeed, thank you very much, Chidi in Kafanchan, as always. But really, it's, a lot of people were probably surprised. But then maybe one looks at it and says, why would they be surprised? Because we're in a democracy and not a military era. There were times when we've been through times when you just wouldn't be able to do this kind of a thing because force would be used to quell whatever was felt to be, undesirable by way of public reaction. But those days, happily, are long gone. And I suppose there's a concerted effort to keep things the way they are on this side of democracy. I was even joking that there might be a number of African countries that still are in a democratic era, but still might not be able to go as far as Nigerians are going. And I don't think anybody wants to change anything. But there is the matter of rules of engagement. I have heard it commented in the case of, what was it now? I think it was in the case of the Ministry of Works, where the minister was explained to that, look, there are rules. Even whatever was the beef of the minister, excuse my casualness with that word, the minister's essential point was that I need staff to work with. And people don't come to work until about 11 and are beginning to look towards going home around 12:30. And it's not going to work. And so he has to do what he can do. But workers, let me put it like that, workers took exception to that point of view. And we saw someone, I'm calling him labor only because he was wearing a labor flak jacket. And he was the guy who was explaining that, no, there are rules, you can't do that. But on the other hand, Minister Wike, he seemed to be, for the moment, he's popular with his workers. You saw the hero's welcome that he got. But we have another commentator from in Abuja, Mr. Adewale. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Eric.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
My name is Dr. Adewale Adeobi.
Adeojo.
From Abuja. Like other caller rightly said, this is democracy, and I feel every Nigerian has right to contribute to its national development. I saw the NIPOS in Broglo, and I saw a gentleman who I know so very well. Where I'm bothered is this government was actually put together because we feel the government is coming to do a lot of things for Nigerians. The government should look into why the workers in that establishment are actually demanding that that man should be reinstated. And see why they don't want a replacement. So it's normal, the government can have the reasons. But still, the Nigerians deserve to know what's actually happening in all our establishment. If you really want changes that we origin for, I probably would want the president himself through the minister who is in charge of that ministry and MDS to cover it. Then on the issue of the FCT, I give it to the current minister who has been doing a lot to make sure that he implements the renewal hope of Mr. President. You can see one of the service standards, and the minister is talking directly to the president of what the FCT needs, like implementation of the renewable agenda. And I'm very sure that in the next 4 years, the FCT will not be the same again. He has told us that he wants to establish what he did in Port Harcourt and the FCT, and we will be very proud of that. So the issue of NIPOS, I want the president to please solve it so that we, who are almost lost, will know what is actually happening. God bless you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Adeojo, for calling in. Of course, you know, as you say, take all the points that you made, but there also is the point of order, and that there are ways of doing things. But look, as you say, it's the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory engaged with the president, and the president was, you know, accommodating, and it looks like, you know, people of the secretariat in the FCT, they just showed their reaction that we're very, very happy. And so there's a sense, and this also leads me to what was said earlier, that look, perhaps government needs to begin to look into why people are reacting, but I don't know. Sometimes you hear that in the interest of order and good governance and good order, you often hear that they say they can't really, you know, be conducting a government on the pages of newspapers. I don't know. Sometimes there's a sort of a softening, you know, there's a sort of a relaxation of that policy in the interest of the smoothness of the operation. And so we have situations such as we have now. But if you look at the Dave Umahi Ministry of Works situation, you know, even the minister had to sort of backtrack a bit and say that, look, I didn't lock people out. But in terms of examining, looking into the cause of some of these, I like the word you used, imbroglio. Where does it come from? Well, how about the point that the minister says, I do need people to work with. I have a job of work to do. I can't do it without people. I can't do it all by myself. Yet the workers, you know, are not here. I have heard people say that, yeah, address that particular point. People can't get to work. People live far away, and you know, you just need to be accommodating. So there are all sorts of things, perhaps, to consider when we have this kind of what is it? It's like a flashpoint when suddenly the people, the masses, you know, the workers in that case, will sort of show that no, we're not too happy with this. And then again, we're also hearing that there are rules, civil service rules. You can't just do what you want. It doesn't matter whether you're a minister or not. Well, let's see what Mr. Olufemi in London thinks about this whole matter. It's pretty unique. Good morning to you, Olufemi in London.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. How are you this morning?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Just a quick one. The program yesterday, I tried to call, I'm unable to get him.
Okay.
I needed to point one thing out, just briefly. The guy that called, there was someone who called yesterday who made references that TVC is this, is that. That is all crap, okay? You are a good journalist. TVC is a standard bearer in this field. If you go to other platforms, they are like an activist there. Oh, you're telling like, no. And I look at them, where did they learn this from? Okay? That is apart. I needed to point that thing in. But for today,
you're very kind.
I think there is an undergoing rebellion, okay, from these certain people who want to delegitimize this government. Don't make mistake. I pay your salary, and I appoint someone to head your ministry, and you are protected. By God's grace, you're going to lose your job. Whatever it costs, Mr. President needs to stand firm. This is the era that we need to take a decision and stand by it. There are those people out there who want to truncate this man. Everything they did, they failed. Someone worked meritoriously for a certificate. They are saying it is forged. And even a lunatic, I don't understand. The social media is for every dark and everybody now, okay? Anybody is free. Someone say it's a democracy. Democracy what? I live in UK. That's what we call sedition. You make a statement, a fallacious statement to run someone down. Untrue statement. You go for it, even in a place of work. You guys are doing a very good and fantastic job. I am giving you guys kudos. When I do night shift, I make sure I wait for your program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olufemi. Thank you for calling in. Yeah, you remind me of yesterday. And thank you for your very kind words. We do all that we can, even though it won't be pleasing to everybody, because you can't please everybody. And I remember the little spat yesterday. I won't even call it that. It was a very nice gentleman who had called in to object to what he thought of as why didn't I leave matters where they rested, as far as a contrary opinion to the intentions and abilities of INEC to deliver successfully. Why didn't I just leave it there? And say, look, sorry, it doesn't work like that. We have to look at the other side of the matter as well. Are there no suggestions you can make? Are you saying that absolutely and totally INEC will not be able to deliver? We were talking about the off-cycle elections, if you recall, by the way. And so, but it was a friendly kind of a discussion. We do take all those kind of opinions, but there will be some who, once they have heard their point of view, which is that in that case yesterday, no, I'm not going to go with INEC. There are many, many people who are going to say that I'm going to give INEC a chance. Look, they have baggage. They have disappointed us in the past. They might have overpromised in the past, but there's always a first time. So why we would say that INEC won't, deliver this time? So that's the kind of thing. So we do allow all sorts of opinion, and thank you very much for saying it as you did. Sulaiman is also on the line. It's from Lagos. Good morning, Sulaiman.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. Can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, I can.
Okay, I just want to make a contribution pertaining to the topic you are.
Sure. It's a potpourri of subject matters, but go ahead. Take your pick.
Okay. I quite understand the reaction of people towards the ministers, right?
Okay.
I quite understand that of the Minister for Works, Dr. Engineer Umari.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you come to an organization as a leader, I think it's expected to have a talk with people that you want to be leading, right? You need to familiarize with them, know their challenges, and how to address it. It's not that a kind of just come in and, okay, this I want this to work and it must work. No. First of all, are there challenges? Okay, what are the challenges you guys are facing? How can we address it? How do you guys cope? How do you guys come to work, right? So because that day I was listening to the news that the minister locked people out because they came late. They too, they retaliated, they locked up minister inside the office. They don't allow minister to go. So a kind of thing supposed not to be happening in this kind of government. They need to find a way to come together. Minister cannot work successfully without the workers supporting it and give maximum support. Also, the workers need to do their own best, make sure that they come to work as early as possible so that everybody can achieve the goal of Mr. President. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Sort of, there should be a sort of a reapproachment. It's like a lot of people, arguably, a lot of people sort of see it from the point of view of the workers. You know, interrogate, why are those workers showing up at 11 o'clock and are beginning to look towards going home at 12 o'clock and will want not an 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock salary. They want a full, 8-hour salary, or whatever be the case. But as you've pointed out, these things are things that are being addressed. People are not too close, they're not always close to where they work, and this does bring up issues. But you also made the point that, the minister or whoever, the senior people in the ministry can't work on their own. They do need workers to assist them to execute their program. So, and Labour came in and said that, look, there are principles here. Ordinarily, Labour will not bring everything onto the table. For instance, the whole matter about what do you now do with, in the case of a 1-hour work out of a scheduled 8-hour duration. The important thing is that there are rules. You can't lock us out. And I guess, yeah, it is what it is. And as I say, thank God for the fact that, look, everybody can have their say in Nigeria, by and large. Mazi Okoroafo, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, I've just. The issue of this Abbo and Johanna issue.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the senator who has been removed.
Yeah, pre-court. Yes. Now, what I want to find out, when we Nigeria have that interest of being in sportsmanship in terms of politics, anything we do, because how can somebody just wake up and say that Akpabio will be behind your removal? You see, when I saw the headline, I started wondering myself, is that the exact thing somebody will be thinking? If you have a problem with Akpabio, while the case was going on, you could have consulted Akpabio if you are aware that Akpabio has before the judgment. Say, bros, what are we going to do now? Forgive and forget. But you sat down. Judgment has come now. You see, sometimes, honestly, let us have what they call a sense of maturity in terms of whatever we do. Because when somebody has any predicament or any problem, he's not blaming somebody. It's just a child went to that exam, after writing the exam. Either he will blame the supervisor or the teacher, or will say that the examination board marked this wrongly, that this is not what I wrote. Who wrote which question? You want to wrote? Was I there? Was the examiner there? So why say that is not what I wrote? That they gave me wrong. That is what is playing right now. Honestly, about honest, however, just accept it in good faith. I think they are not going to Supreme Court again. They should prepare yourself for 2027. Now, even though you are preparing yourself for 2027, you have to have in mind, because anytime you go to any office, you do the needful. You don't need to go and campaign. Your job and your work you have done will campaign for you, but people don't reason.
Okay.
You know that when you see where they deliver and bind and cancel, the ministry don't even need to go and advertise. It is the people that have removed their council and passing who go and bring new members to that place. That is what the politicians have learned how to do. Accept defeat in good faith. I'm still saying it. Go into politics as a vocation, not as an occupation. Good morning. Good morning, Nigerians.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okora, for their sportsmanship, to sportsmanlike behavior. You win, you win. You lose, again, except in defeat. Quite frankly, we've touched on quite a number of subjects, starting off with the very senator that Mazi was commenting upon, but also it extended to, attitudes, between ministries and their workers, and what that says. So as I was saying, it's been a sort of an informal program this morning where we've sort of taken the impressions on a potpourri, a handful of ideas of subject matters, and heard what the people think about them. I always say personally that when you see what one's compatriots are able to comment upon, not just on social media, but also on television as well. Oh, let me quickly put in Pius calling in from Zaria. Good morning, Pius.
Good morning.
Yes, please go ahead now.
Yeah.
What did you want to comment on?
Yeah, I want to comment on the NIPOS workers.
Okay, then. Yeah.
Yeah, what, I just first laughed. Then I just imagine.
Oh.
I just remembered Abacha. I imagine him shaking in his grave. Yes, I imagine Abacha shaking in his grave.
Well, that was a military era.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are civilians now. We are Democrats now. And to that extent, things are largely different. But it's been interesting hearing this sort of unscheduled kind of format this morning and hearing a cross-section of ideas on all these kind of things, some of them bordering on the right to freedom of speech. And we've also heard in the case of the senator who has just lost his seat in the court, that, look, people think it's laughable, saying that the Senate president is part of the whole game against you. We'll leave it there for now. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Iyori Folari. Bye-bye for now.